right, on to math now that I'm out of breath after that. What would we do? A brain break. Okay, first off, you're going to open your math workbook, and the next page, if I put my sticky note in the right spot, is 329, and you're going to carefully tear that out and just slide it under your book. And because some of you have a tendency to forget who you are, get your name on that really quick right now. All right, you have that torn out, your name on it, and it's slid under your workbook. So really, the next page, oh, it's going to this. The next page we're looking at is 331. We are going to, I think we'll be able to get lesson 15 finished up today. Okay, still talking about area. To find the area, we multiply length times width. So it's that L times the W, the length times the width. Let's look at this example. Is this a square? No, how can you tell it's not a square? If I were just looking at it, if it didn't have numbers on it, I would probably think it was a square. But they give us measurements. And what do you notice about those measurements? Nice and loud, Amy.
That one says 8 and the other one says 9.
Exactly. The length is 9 and the width is 8, and they're both measured in feet. All right, so Miss Cruz is putting carpet in the living room. The length and width of the room is shown below. How many square feet of carpet does Miss Cruz need to cover the whole floor? All right, so we already know that when we find the area, we multiply the length times the width. They say that the length is 9 feet times the width of 8 feet equals, what did they tell us? 72 square feet. Now, is it okay if we abbreviate those? Square is abbreviated as SQ, and feet is abbreviated as FT. All right. So this is how they solved it, multiplying length times width. Let's look at this, apply it down here. We're going to put our multiplication skills to practice solving for the area. Marcia finds the area of a square. Oh, what do we know about a square? The length and the width, what? They are the same. The length of one side of the square is 5 centimeters. So what's the length of the other side? 5. What about over here?
5.
What about up here?
5.
Okay. So can we find the area of that square? To find the area, what do we have to do? Multiply what?
The L.
What is the L?
Length.
Length times what?
The width.
The width. So what is the length of this square? The length of one side of the square is 5 centimeters. What is the width of that side of the square? 5 what? 5 centimeters. Friends, do you know what 5 times 5 is?
Yes.
What is 5 times 5, everybody?
25.
25. So what would we write for our solution? 25 square what? Square what? Centimeters. Okay, looking at problem 2. Did you have to turn your page? Okay. Problem 2. Miss Clark is building a rectangular patio that is 4 yards long and 3 yards wide. She has enough bricks to cover an area of 14 square yards. Does Miss Clark have enough bricks to build the patio? So what she's saying is she wants to, oops, I forgot I took the writing utensil off. She wants to build a patio. And it is how many yards long? It's hard to see it up there. 4 yards long. And how many yards wide is she wanting to build hers? Okay. So we're going to have to solve this to decide if she really does have enough bricks to be able to do it. How can I solve that to find the area? She needs to know if she has enough bricks to cover that whole patio. What am I going to do? Reese? Multiply what?
3 times 4.
Okay.
4 times 3.
Right. 4 times 3, 3 times 4. Do you guys know what 4 times 3 is? If you skip count by 4s 3 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What's 4 times 3?
12.
12. So she has a patio that's going to be 12 square yards. Now on hand, she already has her bricks. She has 14 square yards worth of bricks. Does she have enough bricks to make her patio?
Yes. Yes. More than enough. Yes.
She has more than enough. Does she have extra bricks?
Yes.
How many square yards of bricks extra does she have?
2.
2, right? So what could we write for our solution? Does Miss Clark have enough bricks to build the patio?
Yes.
Yes. Because how big is her patio going to be?
12 square yards.
Because her patio is 12 square yards. And how many bricks did we say she had?
14.
And she has enough bricks. And she has, I'll just say she has 14 square yards of bricks. So we already said, she gonna have leftovers, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. About finished? Got it? Okay. Moving on to 3. What is the area of the rectangle shown? Now, do I have to worry about all 4 of those numbers?
No.
No. When I'm solving for the area, I know that I have to multiply the length times the width. So if I were going to do that, which one of those would give me the correct area? It's like saying 7 times 5. Everybody, what's 7 times 5? 35. I agree with you. Okay, so we know that the real answer is which one?
35.
So what letter is that?
A.
A. All right, this is one of those where someone else chose the wrong answer. So look down here. Bobby chose B as the correct answer. Can you figure out what he did wrong? Because he's saying that it's 24 square meters. What did Bobby do? Can you figure it out? How would Bobby have gotten 24? Because even if you multiplied wrong, that's still nowhere near what it should be. So what did Bobby do wrong? Think you figured it out, Reese? Think you have it, Jenny? Are you sure?
Yeah.
What did he do wrong? Connor?
He added them instead of multiplying.
You think Connor's onto something there?
Yep.
Because what's 5 plus 7?
30.
5 plus 7? 12. 5 plus 7? What's 12 plus 12?
24.
Oh. So what did Bobby do wrong?
He added. Multiplied.
He added all 4 numbers?
Yeah.
So let's write that down. How did he get that answer? He added all 4 numbers. That's not what you do when you're finding the area, is it? Maybe Bobby doesn't know how to multiply. Second. Or first.
Or kindergarten.
Maybe. All right, we got it? Okay, next page. Mr. Frank is putting tile on a bathroom wall above the tub. The model shows the length and width of the wall. How many square feet of tile does he need to cover the wall? If you know your multiplication facts, it sure helps, doesn't it? But how are you going to solve this to find the correct area? Show me on your paper what you would need to do. So this is what I was seeing you guys doing to figure that out. How many of you know what 6 times 6 is at least? Those doubles multiplication facts, or 7 times 7. Does anybody know 6 times 6? What is 6 times 6?
36.
But I need another group in there, right? Because it's actually 7 times 6, it's not 6 times 6. So let's add on 7 more. So I have 6 times 6 is 36. So 7 times 6, add on 7 more from 36. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So friends, what is 7 times 6 or 6 times 7?
42.
Is that one of the answer choices?
Yes.
42 square feet? Okay, so I need to choose that one, don't I? Make sure you are still studying your multiplication flashcards at home. Okay, look at 5. Which shape? They didn't say shapes, did they? So shape, that means how many?
1.
1. Which shape has an area of 12 square feet? So if you multiply those, which one would equal 12? Sign language. If you think it is A, hold up the sign language A. If you think it's B, hold up the B. If you think it's C or D. A, B, C, D. Ooh, everybody thinks it's C. Does 6 times 2 give us a product, an area of 12?
Yes.
You're correct. Good job. Okay, 6. The area of a rectangular patio is 24 square yards. Which measurements could be the length and width of the patio? So think about this. There is more than one right answer. So look through and decide, is 8 times 4 24? Is 5 times 5 24? Is 6 times 3 24? There are 2 of them that are correct. Identify those right now. Which measurements could be the length and the width of the patio?
Does it have to be the same amount? Or can it be over?
No, it has to be exactly 24 when you multiply it. Class.
Yes.
Is 8 times 4 24?
No.
What is 8 times 4?
42.
It's 32. That's not right. I can omit that one. What about 5 times 5? That's close enough, right?
No.
No, it has to be exactly 24. 6 times 3.
No.
What does that equal?
8.
That's not it. 6 times 4?
Yes.
What does it equal?
24.
24. What about 8 times 3?
24.
That also equals 24. So D and E were the 2 correct answer choices there. All right. 7. So turning your page, 7. Rita is making a quilt. It is made with 45 square blocks of fabric and is 9 blocks long. Complete the equation below to show how many blocks wide the quilt is. So what's the length? 9. Let's fill that in. Times, look up here, and then write down what the width is based on what they're showing you here. So 9 times what? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals, what's it going to equal? What did they say? 45. Was there one of the numbers that we didn't use? Which number do we not need in this problem? We don't need 4 and we don't need 6. Okay. This one, you are drawing a rectangle. So go ahead and do that. Draw a rectangle. I want you to label its length, so give it a number for its length, and then label its width. Give it a number for its width. Okay, now, we have an odd number now, don't we? Okay, I'm going to have you 3 here talk about this. I'll have you 2 back there talk, and you 2 talk. Here's what you're talking about. You are explaining in words to this person or to this group how you would find the area of your rectangle. Explaining in words. So are you working on it right now? No, you're just explaining it in words. How to find the area of the rectangle you drew. Any questions? Okay, I am going to give you, I think this will go quickly, so I think we can do it in 1 minute. All right, go ahead and get with your partner. Take your book with you to show them what you drew and start explaining. 1 minute.
So I think you could help by 10, 12 times, or you could just multiply 10 times 12.
So I did 9 times 8 because I did 9 times 8 because it looked like it was 8 square feet, and this one looked like 9
You could do repeated addition. Yes, true. Could you do repeated addition and using?
Class, class.
Yes, yes.
Head on back to your seats. All right, so when I solve for area, so area equals what? Length. Length what?
times width.
Times width. So what would my equation be to solve my rectangle? Natalia.
9 times 6 or 6 times 9.
Okay, 9 times 6 or 6 times 9. I picked a big one.
Oh,
I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many 10s do I have?
5.
How many 1s do I have?
4. 54.
So 9 times 6 is 54. Now, do I have any units of measurement there? So what should I label my answer with? 54 what?
Square units.
54 square units. Solve yours right now. Alright, once you solved yours, get back with your partner or your group and have them double check your math skills. Once you compared, you double checked, then you may put your math workbook in your crate. Always.
Let's nine times here, look at Lucas's, and Lucas, she'll look at Amy.
Okay, my got it. Okay, thank you. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. I know. Wait. I know. I should have. Lofi, do we put it in our crate?
Don't put it in a crate.
Because,
Yes.
or do we not have to tear this out?
Not today.
Okay.
Okay, so now this page that you tore out is going to be homework. So you can either put it in your mailbox or you can put it in the bring back to school pocket of your home folder.
I don't ever put it in my mailbox homework because I'll forget that there's homework in there. And put it all in the keep at home.
Okay, I forgot to copy something when you guys were at music and PE. So once Reese gets back, then we'll go over this with her here. It's just a quick review. Yes?
Hey there, so Miss Reese made it down. We were gonna try and print that stuff for you, but there's nothing holding or pending under your folder on the main copier. Is there any way you can resend it?
Sure.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hopefully it makes it down this time. All right, while we wait, who can tell us what 8 times 7 is? Connor?
Seven,
That's too much.
54.
50,
No, 56.
56. What is, we just talked about this one, 6 times 6? Everybody.
36.
What's 5 times 5?
25.
3 times 3?
9.
7 times 7? Lucas? No? 49.
I have a
8 times 8?
64.
64. 9 times 9?
81.
10 times 10? Everybody?
100.
Okay, thank you, Reese. All right. Put up my mask while I hand these out. Whoa, sorry, I crinkled yours. He freaked me out. Made me frightened.
Don't make the teacher frightened.
Right, don't scare the teacher. Only the teacher can scare the kids. Okay, let's take a look at this paper. Do you know who you are? Prove it. Look at one with me. A rectangular sheet of paper is 8 inches wide and 10 inches long. What is the area of the sheet of paper? Write the equation for this problem. And then set your pencil down once you have the equation written. You don't have to solve it, just write the equation. This times this. Got it?
Yep.
Look over it too. A carpet square, think about what you already know about a square, has sides that are 9 inches long. What would be the equation that you would write? Write it down. The equation that you would write for problem 2. Then set your pencil down again. Gonna be up, down, up, down, up, down with your pencil. 3, point to 3. Rob has a rectangular bookmark that is 8 centimeters long and 3 centimeters wide. What is the area of the bookmark? Write the equation. Don't solve it, just set your pencil down once you have that part of it written. 4. Mrs. Byer is painting a mural on her rectangular classroom wall. The wall is 10 feet long. Is this long or is this long? Long. This is the length, right? So it's 10 feet long and 9 feet wide. The mural will be 9 feet long and 8 feet wide. How many square feet of the wall will not be covered by the mural? You're going to have 2 equations here. Because you're going to have the equation for the wall, and then you're also going to have the equation for what? The mural. Do you know what a mural is?
No.
It's a picture painted on a wall. Okay? So you have the wall equation, and then you're going to have the mural equation. So go ahead and write those 2 equations down. The wall equation and the mural equation. Because you're going to have to solve both of those. But then it asks, how many square feet of the wall will not be covered by the mural? What are you going to have to do with the answers from those 2 equations? Tricky. They're making you do a multi-step problem here. We'll come back to that one. Sound like a plan? Go ahead and at least solve for the area of both of those. Got it? Look at 5. Definitely a multi-step problem here too. Hannah paints a space of her rectangular bedroom wall that is 6 feet tall and 10 feet wide. Her mother paints a space that is 7 feet tall and 8 feet wide. What is the area of each space? And then who paints a greater area? So how many equations are you going to have to solve here? 2. 1 for Hannah. What's Hannah's equation going to be? Write that down. Hannah's equation is going to be the first information that we got. And then her mom is going to have another equation. Okay, class?
Yes.
So looking right here, Hannah paints an area that is, you're going to put her area answer there, and then you're going to put her mom's area answer there. On this last line, blank paints a greater area. You're putting either Hannah's name, Hannah, or Mom. Once you solve for those 2 areas, you'll write the name of the person that has the greatest area. The greatest area means the biggest number, right? Raylyn, are you listening? Noah plants carrots in a rectangular garden plot that is 6 feet long and 4 feet wide. He plants potatoes in a square garden plot with a side length of 5 feet. How many square feet are planted with carrots and potatoes? Are you going, are you going to have two equations? What's your first equation? Write it down. He has a rectangular garden plot that's 6 feet long and 4 feet wide. That's what he plants his carrots in. Then he plants potatoes in a square garden plot. What's your equation going to be for his square garden plot that is 5 feet? 2 equations. They want to know how many square feet are planted with carrots and potatoes. So after we solve for the area of those, what are we going to do with them? Bingo, good job. And they're having you're showing your work here, and then you're going to write your answer on that line. Look at problem 7. It says, choose problem 4, 5, or 6, and describe the strategy you used to solve it. So maybe you had to draw it out to help you. Maybe you knew automatically that you took those 2 areas and you had to subtract them, or you multiplied for the 2 areas and then you had to add them, okay? I told you we would come back to 4, right? So go ahead and get everything solved right now except for the total answer for 4. You can solve the 2 multiplication equations.